Well, hello everybody. Clutch here from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, and welcome to this year's holiday special. Of course, as always, happy holidays. Hopefully your holidays are going well. We're actually recording this in October, but as you can kind of see behind me, it actually kind of works out for Winter Wonderland. We kind of have a little bit of a, well, a little bit of a snow problem going on. So, you know, it works out good. I can get this video done, I can get it completed, I can get everything taken care of before, well before this thing comes out. Once again, I'm recording this on October 12th. And as you can see, we're having ourselves one of our nice little good old-fashioned Black Hills winter storms. Now, I had promoted this as a three-part special, or a two-part, excuse me. It was originally supposed to be a two-part special, but the problem was I found out I had a lot more video than I thought I had. So there we go. We're actually making this third part. So you might remember the trailer where it said this is coming out the 24th. We're actually the Thursday before the 24th, and actually a full week or so before. So that's just how it worked out. So this is part one. So last year, as you remember, those of you who followed the blog, you remember I did my first iron butt run. We went down to Nebraska, we picked up a trailer, and we brought it back. Got my first Salsar 1000, took care of it, it was all good to go. So last winter, I was thinking, well, how am I going to top that? Well, obvious answer is you want to go for the Bun Burner 1500, that was the first plan. And after many numerous thoughts and plans and ideas of what I wanted to do, I thought, you know what, let's go somewhere cool, let's go somewhere different, let's do a little more than just riding out and going back. Well, we finally settled on a final location of Las Vegas, Nevada, because honestly, what's bigger than Las Vegas? So since we settled on Las Vegas, and I'm a real fan of themes, I decided the theme of this ride was going to be 3,000 miles to Graceland, after the 2001 movie. Now, what you're going to see here in this video, it's exactly like 3,000 miles to Graceland. However, it does not include any Elvis impersonators, no real cool cars. There isn't really any CGI scorpion fights, not that I know of. Yeah, no, there's definitely not CGI scorpion fights. What else? There's no robbing casinos, no one gets killed, and honestly, there's no Courtney Cox. So really, it's absolutely nothing like 3,000 miles to Graceland. So it's really just a catchy name and clickbait to get you to tune in, which you did tune in. So let's talk a little bit more about the run. All right, so how are we going to get to Las Vegas? Well, I'm going to show you here on the old fancy Google machine. So the plan was simple. We were going to get up early in the morning, and we'd start off at a little gas station that's pretty close to my house. We'd start there. It's called the Pit Stop. Actually, it's a good little place to get a receipt. So if you're coming through Summerset, South Dakota, and you need a dated business receipt for your iron butt run, good place to go. So we were going to start there. We were going to get here on I-90, and we were going to head towards the west. We're head to Gillette, Wyoming. From there, we'd turn to the south on Wyoming Highway 59. That's 59 here. We'd follow that to Douglas, Wyoming. And then once we got there, we'd stay on 25 south, and we'd continue on 25, and we would just stay on 25. Once again, I'm going to say staying on 25 because why not? And we'd follow 25 all the way down into New Mexico. I don't really know what's going on there. Must be some weird construction. But we'd follow 25 into New Mexico. We'd turn west onto I-40 in Albuquerque. And we'd follow I-40 west, staying the night in Gallup, New Mexico, sleeping for a few hours, getting up, and then we'd continue on 40 through Arizona, hit up Winslow, Arizona if we had enough time to hang out with there at the standing on the corner, going through Flagstaff, like I said, all that I-40 in Arizona, hitting Needles, California, and from there taking I-95 to the north until we hit the Las Vegas metro area, and ending at a cool little Maverick gas station on Warm Springs Road on the south side of Las Vegas. So we had the plan, I had the route, had everything squared away. Let's go ahead and head to me getting ready to head out on May 26th, 2021, early in the morning.
Morning, friends.
Morning has come. We're doing it again. Another iron butt run. This time though, going to a little more exotic location. We're going to Vegas this time. I'm sorry, Nebraska, but let's be honest, you'd probably rather be in Vegas too, right? I mean, come on. But anyways, definitely a lot cooler than it was last year when we started out. Of course, last year when we started out, it was also just after midnight. It's just before 4 a.m. this time. So, all right. So it's obviously a little colder, mid-40s here. It will be much colder in Wyoming. I believe in Sundance it's 41 degrees, so that's definitely cold. It ain't much off us, but still, it's chilly enough. So differences from last year to this year. Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, I'm definitely more rested. Got to sleep at a decent time last night. I mean, like I said, it helps when you're leaving at 4. That makes a hell of a difference. Come on, phone. That makes actually a major difference. There it went. Okay, I learned something new. I was wondering why my stuff wasn't working well. The CB volume switch was stuck. This bike is a weird bike sometimes, I'm telling you, dude. But it's still a fun bike to have. So, where was I at? Oh yeah. Differences from last year to this year. I'm definitely more relaxed this year than I was last year. That's for damn sure. A lot more relaxed. Very much more relaxed. Like, I have the confidence. I've done this before. I kind of know what I'm doing. I've been there, done that in a way. So, I've got that going for me. But like I said, I got much better night's sleep last night. I mean, I went to bed by, I bet you I fell asleep probably by 8:30. But my last bit of caffeine yesterday was at 10 o'clock in the morning. I came home, I didn't turn on the TV at all. I pretty much finished packing and went to bed. So, if you're wondering how to go to sleep in a situation like that, do exactly that. Leave the TV off, and you know, that's it. And tonight when I'm at the hotel, I plan to do the same thing. I'm gonna leave the damn TV off, and I'm just gonna go right to bed. That's kind of your night before task you should be doing. Like I said, you don't need to worry about what's on the TV or anything like that. You know, I was pretty proud of myself. Because, well, NHL playoffs were on last night. Fortunately, the Avs eliminated the team they played on Sunday, so I didn't have to worry about watching them, because although I already said to myself I wasn't going to watch that game, I wasn't even getting involved, because then I would have got into the game and would have fell asleep, or wouldn't have been able to fall asleep. So, all right. Here it is, moment of truth. Let's hope this gives me a receipt this year, for those of you who remember last year. But my salvation's over the next station, so
One thing about this station, it's not very well lit. But I can tell you this, if you're coming through Piedmont or this area and you need a date time receipt, I checked, this station prints out pretty good date time receipts, so, or date of business receipts. So hopefully that'll work for you. When you're getting ready to start off, like I said, biggest thing is get up in the morning, get going. Kind of have all your stuff kind of set aside the night before, and basically get up and go. Like I said, the key is have everything done the night before. That way you don't have to get up in the morning and rush. So this morning, I woke up at 2:30 a.m. and I filled my cooler up, and I made my coffee, and I did the last packing, basically put my toothbrush in the bag, and then I grabbed what was left of the coffee that gonna go in the cup and the thermos, and I basically put that in the cup, grabbed the Pop-Tart, and I sat down and relaxed, and I ate breakfast about 3. Then about 20 to 4 is when I got up and started moving again. So while I was sitting, I just kind of was relaxing. I watched some TV for a bit, kind of just got mellowed out a little bit, ready for the day. One thing about this, to me, this is almost the best part of the run when you finally get to do it. Because by yesterday afternoon, my mind was not at work. My mind was on this run. And I was just to the point of like, okay, I just want to get this stupid run going. I've been planning it for so long. And if you're a planner like me, you kind of get to that step of, okay, we've done all the planning we can do. We've done all the watching. We've done all the looking. We've done all the scouting. Now it's time to just do the damn thing. So that's why I think this part of the run's the best. Especially right at the start, because you're finally doing it. I mean, granted, there's other parts to the run that we'll get to later that we talk about. Ooh, okay, a little overfilled there, but that's okay. I'm not going the full distance, so we're going to leave her a little short. Especially if I have to go get a receipt somewhere else. Let's see if this thing prints a receipt. Yes. .401 Summerset, South Dakota. Street address 526. Hell yeah, they have good receipts here, like I said. Alright, now the paperwork part. Do not forget this part. Alright, well, I'm going to bid you guys adieu now because I'm putting on the heavy gloves, so it's going to be a lot harder to control the camera. So we will see you further on down the line. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can. Hold on, let me get... But tonight is the night of the, I don't know, the super awesome uber blood moon eclipse 3000 or some crap. I don't know. They got a name for every moon anymore. But as you can see, there's the eclipse going. That thing was full when I left, so that's a pretty cool little view, I think. Nice. There's me, there's the Wyoming sign up there on my right. The truck in front of me is passing it just now. See, there it is. And we are now in Wyoming. Meaning we can go 5 miles an hour faster because their interstates let you go 80. Even though my speedometer is saying 85, trust me, it's 80. Oh, holy crud. Frosties, man. Come on. Alright, so we are approaching Gillette, Wyoming. And I ain't gonna lie to you, there ain't a lot to look at around these parts. It's pretty open country. Nothing but oil wells and coal mines and coal-fired power plants. A bunch of them coal trains are right over there. We're gonna get by this semi real quick. Although there's tons of engines there because, well, there isn't near as much coal being shipped out of here anymore. And I'll tell you, this place is not what it used to be. They're kind of struggling right now. Wyoming's kind of struggling in general, so that's another lesson for you. Save your money, put away for a rainy day. I mean, obviously enjoy it, but always keep in mind you may have a rainy day. Just ask the people of Gillette, Wyoming the last 5 years. They've had a lot of rainy days. But I give credit to the ones that are still hanging around, because there's still stuff going on here. There's still, those power plants are still pumping out power. They're still shipping coal. Even though it's not what it used to be, they're still shipping it. So there's still people here doing their part. Now I do have kind of a you know, a little bit of a, I guess, a soft side, or a, you know, to, like, you know, coal miners and oil field workers, because, well, I never worked in the coal mine, but I worked in the gravel quarry. Additionally, I also worked in the oil field for quite a few years. In fact, the first about 2 years that I was in the oil field, or first 1.5 years I was in the oil field, I was working right here out of Gillette, Wyoming. Additionally, I worked for about, oh, it's probably almost 8 months on a drone rig before it got stacked out in 2009 during the bust then. And then in 2013, or 2012 and 2013, I worked probably another 8 months hauling water in the oil field. So I'm very experienced with the oil field. And I also kind of have a, like I said, I got a soft spot for oil field workers, especially the oil field workers. But it was not a very fun time, especially up in North Dakota. I was up there when it was still crazy. But I'm fortunate that I got out of that industry, because that industry is way too volatile, I think, to make any kind of living. I just think it's way too volatile. But like I said, aunts are the ones that stick it out, because, well, someone's got to do it. But anyways, we're going to get some fuel here in Gillette, and we're going to carry on south. Well, as you can see, the scenery has changed just a tad. We are about 8 miles from, we're about 8 miles outside of Douglas. So we'll get a little bit of scenery here as I-25 in Colorado, or not Colorado. Jeez. Boy, someone in Wyoming probably liable to slap me right now. In Wyoming, I-25 at Casper, it turns towards the east, because, well, there's that nice little mountain range right in the way. So you're just about there. We are sitting at about 230 or 240 miles into the trip so far, so just about a quarter of the way through our day, just about. And honestly, I'm not feeling too bad. I mean, it's gotten up to 51 degrees now, although there was a bit there, man, it got really cold. It got down to about 44 again, and I was getting hammered with a southeast wind. Unfortunately, I was going south, which meant that cold southeast wind was just buffeting me a whole damn way. So, plus the clouds came over, so it kind of hit the sun. You can see maybe the sun's starting to come back a little bit now, so a little bit cooler of a day than I thought it would be, but that's why when I said bring all your layers, that's why you bring all your layers. We're going to keep carrying on here, and we're going to hit the interstate here at here in Douglas, and then we're going to head on to Wheatland, Wyoming. And hopefully we're about, it says 8:42, this clock says 7:42, so hopefully in about an hour we're there. The day is still going good so far, so we hope it'll keep up. Battery's holding up. Alright, well, we're just about ready to leave Wheatland now. Good news is, We're, as of this moment, 22 minutes ahead. You're gonna start getting annoyed with me talking about how ahead we are, but I'm telling you, when you're doing a run, anytime you can get ahead is great. And the other thing is I don't plan to take it away, so I'm trying to bank as much time as I can, especially heading into a major metro area such as Denver as we're coming up on. So I have a feeling we're going to need that if we have to run into any traffic or anything like that. So that is where we're sitting right now at the moment. Got my cell phone, got my wallet, everything's zipped up, got my coffee refilled. Okay, just about made a wrong turn.
Now turn right and then enter the highway.
See, my GPS knew where to go. But anyways, we still rolling, so
After a quarter of a mile, enter the highway.
hopefully we stay ahead.
5 US -87.
But the nice thing about us being ahead of schedule now is now I don't have to take the tollway in Denver.
Now enter the highway.
Like, short of them completely shutting down the highway,
Follow the highway.
which I am going to switch to some local radio once we get closer to Denver, so that way I can monitor local traffic. And you know, short of them completely shutting down the road, we should be able to get right through there and be in fairly good shape. So that 22 minutes is going to come in handy, and we'll see you a little bit further down the road. We are back on again, coming up on the Colorado border here. Looks like we got some kind of weird bridge construction coming up. We've just about checked off another state. So we're feeling pretty good. We're definitely feeling okay. Let's see here, where'd the trip go? 380 or some miles into the trip. Like I said, everything's kind of going fairly well, so I can't complain. I will leave you with one thing about Wyoming. Now, it is a wide open, spread out state, so you may be tempted to be like, oh, I'm gonna make up some time. I would highly suggest you don't do that. Like, I would say maybe 5 miles an hour over at most, because it's been my experience in Wyoming with myself and a number of friends of mine. And I don't know if this is a South, maybe it's just they don't like South Dakota, but man, they post some shenanigans here with the speeding tickets. So keep that in mind coming through Wyoming. I could be completely wrong, and they could be come on here and complain about, oh wow, we don't go speed in your state, and I say bull. Everybody speeds like a maniac in South Dakota. Unless you're from Iowa. I mean, who likes Iowa anyway? Sorry, Iowa, I do love you. Well, but no, seriously. No. Anyways, back to the task at hand. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about Wyoming. So, other thing about Wyoming is the weather can get pretty damn wild in the state, and the wind can really start to affect you. So, when you're coming through Wyoming, kind of have that, keep that in mind. Especially a nice little gold wing there. Nice little GL 1500. Keep that in mind when you're coming through this state. Especially springtime, fall time. I mean, the weather can get kind of crazy here in a hurry. Colorado's the same way, but it seems like Wyoming it gets even crazier. So please keep that in mind. In Wyoming too, stay away from the trucks, especially when it's windy, because there could be a good chance that things could get flipped over. So you don't want to be hanging by that thing when it flips. So there we are. There is the sign for Colorado. We're coming right up on her. That's 2 states down. Although to be fair, South Dakota wasn't very big. It wasn't much of South Dakota. So we're gonna just settle back in some more again. We got about, looks like about 80 miles before we hit the metro. So we're gonna keep carrying on and we'll see you maybe there. So when I say, when you're doing your run, when I say, hey, you got to be prepared for to go wrong, well, guess what? Just had a moment like that. Vehicle pulls beside me, honking at me, pointing. So I'm like, okay, something's not right on the back. Get up there, say, yep, we got an issue. There's a strap loose. Took it back on. Well, then I find out I can't get back on the interstate, so I follow the detour. The problem is, it's a 6-mile detour around county roads, and not to mention got stuck behind a truck that had to argue with the flag guy about there being a detour, because, I don't know, he thought he was special. But anyways, now I'm 10 minutes behind because of, or I've lost 10 minutes because of it.
Turn left and then enter the highway Interstate 25 US -87 towards Interstate 25 South.
So this is where, you know, when I say, hey, make sure and use that time up, I mean it. I mean to not, yeah. When I say save that time, that, oh hell, I'm looking for the right word here. To not, you know, waste that extra time you get, that's, I mean it. Because absolutely, that's what you need to do. Because that, a moment like that right there, that just that's where that extra 20 minutes I was ahead really came in handy, because I'm still 20 minutes ahead, but I haven't lost a ton of time. So, but like I said, it happens. You got to be ready for it when you're doing the run. So that is all for now. I tell you before, eat fast is really important. Well, so far we're sitting really good, so Castle Pines, we're gonna leave here. We'll probably be about 30 minutes ahead now, so that'll be great. But I'm gonna finish this. See you later. All right, we're in Trinidad, Colorado. We're sitting so about a half hour ahead, so that's good. So we're about right damn near 700 miles in the run now. Or, well, hold on, at least 650, something like that. If you're at this point in the run, you're probably starting to feel a little tired, a little sore. But I'm here to tell you,
probably getting sore. Your helmet's probably starting to bother you, but you gotta keep fighting through it, because honestly, you're a little over 300 miles from home now, so stick with it. You can do it. You'll be fine. You just gotta fight through it, that's all. But anyways, I think I'm gonna get going here, so we'll talk to you in a bit.